Hello, future financial geniuses. Are you ready to begin taking your first steps on the road towards financial literacy? If so, I need you to make sure that you've already done a few things. First, make sure that you've already followed the tutorial linked on our website to create a free Google account. Second, I need you to make sure that you know both the username and the password for your free Google account. You may choose to follow along with this video or to watch this video and attempt the steps later. If you would like to follow along with this video, I will try to leave ample time for you to complete each step between my instructions. Now that that's out of the way, let's move on to our subject for today, your Google Sheets budget template. Hopefully you've had time to look over our website and explore some of the resources listed there, as well as had a chance to begin calculating your expenses. This video will specifically address how to use Google Sheets to best track your budget. Our first step will be to access the Google Sheets budget template linked on our website. Navigate to choosing your software at the top of your screen. Now you'll need to click the image linked above Free Software, Google Sheets. Sign in to your Google account. And click Make a Copy. Everyone should then advance to a screen that looks similar to mine now. At the top left corner, you should see a title that says Monthly Budget. We want to go ahead and change that to something that makes more sense to you. All you need to click once on the do is click once on the title, highlight the entire title, and change it. My name is Sarah, and this will be my sample budget, so I'm going to call mine Sarah's Sample Budget. You want to name your budget something simple and not too long so that you can find it later. Moving on, let's take a look at the budget spreadsheet itself. At first glance, this budget spreadsheet looks very complicated and overwhelming. The nice part about this spreadsheet is that most of the work is already done for us. If you're following along, go ahead and select cell E38. If you're just watching the video, go ahead and look at the formula bar on my screen up here at the top of the screen. Do you see the long and rather complicated formula that appears in my formula bar? Luckily for all of us, some brave soul at Google has kindly created all of these formulas already. We want to make sure that we do not edit any of these formulas so that our spreadsheet stops working. In order to avoid breaking our spreadsheet, we always want to make sure of two things. First, we want to make sure that we only edit cells that are highlighted on the front page, so that will be cells that will appear in this pinkish color, meaning you can change the labels for expenses and income or your planned amounts, or cells that appear in your transaction sheets. Second, we want to make sure that any changes we make happen up here in the formula bar, rather than down in the cells themselves. Next, let's take a look at the pieces of our budget spreadsheet. The instructions at the top of the spreadsheet prompt us to enter our starting balance in cell L8 before proceeding to the rest of the spreadsheet. So that's what we'll do. Your starting balance, here we go. So your starting balance should reflect what you have in your bank account before the month begins. That way you'll be able to compare how your balance changes over the month. And you can see our spreadsheet changed. Now that this is filled in, let's move on to our budget categories. If a budget category doesn't make sense for you, don't use it. For example, if you live at home with your parents and you don't pay rent, you probably don't need to use the home category. If you don't have a pet, you probably don't need to use the pet category. If some of the budget category labels don't make sense to you, you can feel free to change them. For example, if internet makes more sense to you than utilities, you can go ahead and change that here. Feel free to change the names of the custom categories to fit your lifestyle as well. Go ahead and make those adjustments now. I'm going to go ahead and make some in my spreadsheet, and feel free to make the changes over in the income categories as well. Once you've adjusted the names of your categories, you should input your planned expenses based on the expenses that you calculated using the resources on our website. If you haven't finished this step yet, don't worry. Just watch as I input some sample expenses. Make sure to include your income on the right-hand side, or your budget won't match your balance. Please make sure to remember that my numbers are just sample numbers and may not match up with your numbers at all. So remember, when we change numbers, we want to change them up here in the formula bar. It's important to note that you should enter all of your planned amounts well before the beginning of the month. Remember, this is how you're planning your month will go. How it actually ends up may very well turn out different, and that's okay. Our spreadsheet will change as our lives change. Now that all of our planned expenses and income are set up, let's look at where you'll be putting your actual transactions this month. This is the most important piece of the budget puzzle, keeping track of your transactions. Every time you pay for a coffee, pick up a Big Mac, or loan a friend $1, you need to put the transaction in this spreadsheet. Click on the Transactions tab at the bottom of your spreadsheet to get started. Putting your transactions in your spreadsheet isn't the complicated part. It's remembering to do it and being consistent that's hard. Now, our Transactions tab has two columns. The left one is titled Expenses. The one on the right is titled Income. Anytime you gain extra money, even if it's $5 given to you by your mom, put it in the Income tab, along with the date, the amount, a short description, and the appropriate category. Any money that you spend in any way, so in cash, with a card, through PayPal or Apple Pay, should be recorded in the Expenses category. Again, you should include the date, the amount, a short description, and the appropriate category. I'm going to fill in a few sample expenses and a piece of income so that you can see what happens to our spreadsheet when I do. Notice how when I make changes to the spreadsheet, I always use the formula bar. This is to make sure I'm not erasing any of those important formulas that I talked about earlier. Again, my numbers are a sample, and your numbers do not need to match up with my numbers at all. Let's flip back over to our Summary tab. Look at the column titled Actual and the column titled Difference under both expenses and income. Can you see now that some of the numbers are automatically filled in? This is because some of those complicated formulas that someone else was nice enough to put in our spreadsheet. If we scroll back up a little further on the page, we can see that our two graphs and our gray block of numbers are changing as well. These will continue to change as we change our budgets throughout the month. We now know how to enter our planned expenses and income, as well as our transactions into our Google spreadsheet. The final piece of the puzzle today will be how to create a link to share our Google budget. That way we can share our budget with our family members, roommates, instructors, or whoever we choose. For this step, we need to look to the top right-hand side of the screen. There should be a blue button with the word Share. Go ahead and click on the button. At this point, we have a few options for sharing our budget. Today, we are just going to create a link so that others can see our budget, but so that they cannot make any changes to it. Go ahead and click Get a Shareable Link. You want to make sure that the statement viewable says anyone with the link can view. If that's not the statement you see on the screen, you can click the black drop-down arrow and select this statement. Once this statement is active, click Copy Link. You can now send the link to anyone you like, as well as post it on websites, social media, or even in your Google form, hint, hint, to allow access to your budget. That concludes our lesson for today. Make sure that you follow the rest of the instructions on our Budgeting from the Ground Up website, and please fill out the Google form found there to let me know what you thought of the whole experience. Happy budgeting!